What's going on, guys? Tim Daniels here. Today I'm going to give you a little arm routine. So bis, tris, and forearms. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, first things first, any workout that I usually do a warm-up. So that's incline treadmill, speed walking, or jump rope. This case, we're going to hit the ropes. So I tend to do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, and I do that about 3 or 4 times just to get the blood going. The reason why I do this is to prevent injury, which also brings me to the second phase of the warm-up. Today we're doing arms, so we're going to warm up arms. So the first exercise, or the warm-up exercise, is going to be an isolation cable curl. So what I do these single-handed. So as you can see here, I would go over, pick up the grips, hunch over, and almost like a concentration curl, and you can either lock your shoulder onto your knee or do it freehand. Just make sure that your arm stays perpendicular to the floor. So the only thing moving is your arm like this. For these warm-up lifts, I do 3 sets of 20. This is a lightweight. This is only, again, just to get the blood flowing in there. You don't need to lift a lot of weight for these. This is just to prevent injury when you do heavier lifts throughout the workout. Also warm up with your mild cardio, just get the body physically warmed up, and then hit the muscle groups just to get the muscles warmed up. All right, next up is to warm up the triceps. So what we're gonna do is a little variation of tricep extensions. What I tend to do is step out a little bit further away from what normal people tend to do for their form. And this just causes more tension on the rope, so you can fully extend your arm out, and you kind of take some of the pressure away from your chest, because a lot of people will load up on the weight when they're doing heavy rope extensions and their chest gets involved. But since we're just trying to warm up the triceps, we want to isolate them. So that's why I do it in this form. So for the first heavy lift, we're going to do a cheated hammer curl. The reason why I say cheated is it's because how you hold it. Here I'm explaining to Jay. Normally how you do a hammer curl, you want to hold your hand in the middle of the bar so you have that constant tension going up and down, and you're really trying to squeeze the bar. That way your hands aren't sliding and you don't have to touch the weight. But in this case, we're doing a cheated variant. So before you even pick up the dumbbell, you have your hand on the bar and you slide it all the way up towards the weight. So the actual plate is resting right on this part of your hand. And by doing so, you can get a lot of leverage. So you can kind of cheat on the way up a little bit, but you want to make sure you have that good movement all the way down. And it's mainly on the negative where the cheated hammer curl is a really good benefit over the traditional hammer curl. And plus you can go heavier, so people around the gym, you can impress them. So go ahead and give that a shot. For these, it's a heavier lift, so I try to do each arm anything from 8 to 12. And if you can do 13, do the 13, but that 12th rep better be hard. So you do not want to baby this. It is a cheated curl, so go ahead and bump up a weight that you're not normally used to and give it a shot. Okay, next we move to the heavy set for triceps, and what I did is a little variation on the dip machine. I actually sat in the reverse way, so my chest was facing the plate, as for usual where your back is facing the plates, and you have the little seatbelt harness. By doing this, I found a better isolation straight for my triceps as opposed to the traditional dip press machine where you're kind of hunched forward and you can kind of use more of your chest, more in your triceps. So by using the machines with a little bit of variation, you can do a lot. You can get creative with it. You can work on different muscle groups. I suggest if you have one of these machines, go ahead and try it out. Again, this is the heavy set, so put a lot of weight on it and just go for a little burnout here and have fun. Okay, now that the arms are fully fired up and ready for action, we're gonna want to drive that blood flow into the arm. So what we're gonna do now is a standing cable curl. And when doing these, you can do lightweight again on these because we already knocked out the heavyweight. So something moderate that you can do. We're to go 3 sets of 15. So again, if you can do 16, do it, but that 15 better be a pain in the rear end. And for these exercises, just pump, worry about the blood flow. Don't worry too much about lifting a lot of weight. You just want to squeeze, and almost when you're at that peak, you want to flex your arm and just hold it. Imagine someone's gonna come up and feel your arm there whenever you're at the top peak of these exercises. All right, up next, I throw in a little superset there. So we're going with heavy tricep pull down. So I'm standing pretty much all the way up to the weights on this one, as opposed to the warm up, which we did in the beginning of the video. And with this, feel free to use as much weight as you can. I'm not trying to show off here, but I did the whole stack and it wasn't that much, just with the pulley and lever system with that particular machine. And then after that, I immediately go over to the other side of it and I do an overhand curl. And the reason why I do the overhand with the thumbs up is to blast the forearm. So yeah, it does some bicep work, but your grip strength after doing these will be shot. It's great to do. I recommend doing it at the end of the workout. I was just doing it in the middle just to change things up, because I always like to confuse the muscle groups and just try new things out and have fun with the workout. So if you haven't tried it, give it a shot with the overhand grip. Get your thumbs above the bar when you're grabbing it. That makes the world of a difference. If you do it before, just do it with the thumbs under, just so you know the motion and the range of it. But as soon as you're good with that, just bring the thumbs over and you'll be in a world of the pain. But try it out, I think you'll like it. As soon as we finished that superset, we then moved over to preacher curls. I like doing preacher curls just because with the bar, you can modify your hand grips, your positioning, everything, so you can hit different angles of the bicep every single time you do the preacher curl. So I suggest going with a light weight with it. Again, you want to bring the bar up and flex a little bit, hold it. Imagine someone's coming up to feel you flex, so you want to impress them. So you're gonna hold the blood flow there for a little bit. By doing that, again, you're rushing the blood into the muscles and you're getting the most mind-muscle connection you can when you're doing these lifts. So take it slow and make sure you're feeling that contraction. Jay actually has a little wrist injury going on here, so he couldn't do the normal bar that you would use for a preacher curl, so we did a little variant on it. So what you can see here is he is holding it almost like a hammer curl, but again, he's in that position where he has that wrist injury and we didn't want to tweak it or have him get injured. But he had hit arms, so he was going to do arms, so we didn't want him to get injured, and he did arms, so that's all that counts. Okay, which brings us to the last exercise of the workout. This was just a simple tricep extension. And this is just, again, to rush that blood into the muscle groups. I cannot stress this enough. A lot of people just want to move weight from A to B without worrying about the journey in between. And that is just driving the blood into the muscle cells, not pushing the weight just to push the weight. You want to have good form, good contraction, and you want to just feel the pump, not pain. So when people say feel the burn, that's honestly just a numbness because so much blood is running through, and it's like a warm sensation. If you know what a pump is, you'll know what I'm talking about. But again, go with the lightweight on these and have fun with it. Alright guys, that's it with the workout video. Let me know how you liked it. I'm trying something new this time. I'd love to make more of these videos and help you guys out. As always, thank you for the support. Give me a like, give me a follow, subscribe if you haven't. I also have an Instagram and Facebook I will leave in the bio below. So make sure to check me out, and I look forward to talking to you more in the future. Have a good one. Bye.
Just don't look too impressive or he won't use you.
Yeah. If you look too cool, I don't use it. Oh, really? No, sorry. No. Let me look sloppy. Go hard.